What's up, you guys? We are one sleep away from First Crush Live. I am so excited to be bringing this whole thing to you guys here in Toronto. I hadn't done meet and greet here in Toronto for a long time, and so I thought I wanted to create something really special. And I know a lot of you saw what I did in Vegas, and I thought, you know what? I'm home. Let's go for it. Let's do it. So I think you guys are going to be super excited. As of 1 o'clock, you can come down to the Second City, and we have the Trish Museum will be open for you guys. We also have the restaurant, which I've worked with the chef, and we've created some nutritious meals, some stratifying bites. The Stratisfaction Smash is my favorite. I recommend it highly. And then, of course, there's the pop-up shop. You can get your Fresh Crush merchandise there. And then Chalkline will be dropping, you heard about the little screen, you've heard about it. Chalkline will be dropping the jacket as of 1 o'clock, limited quantity. So you got to get down there pretty quick to snag one. And then I will sit down with Chris on stage at 4 o'clock. Between 4 and 5, we're going to sit down, and there'll be a meet and greet to follow. If you get VIP tickets, you have the ability to have the meet and greet beforehand, because I know some of you guys are going to SmackDown, so you can consider us the pre-show to SmackDown. Come see us, check it out. We're literally 3 minutes away from Scotiabank Arena, so come get your Stratisfaction and then go get your SmackDown. First Crush by Trish, and you can get your tickets. There's a few left, so go get them, and we'll be seeing you soon.
Do a video like this because I don't know how to. Okay, here we are.
The map is in my head.
We are walking
to
York Street for
west of Bay.
the Trish Stratus Museum Tower. Meet and greet, hopefully if it works, and talk.
It's time to rock and roll. This time I'm in control. Right now I own the streets. I got the keys to the city. That's 'cause I get down. Time to rock and roll. This time I'm in control. Right now I own the streets. I got the keys to the city. That's 'cause I get down. Sometimes I wonder how I made it this far. With all these people hating on me, y'all know who you are. Chance and try to come up, and this game be in the start. Now I own the keys to a brand new fancy car, baby. It's my turn to burn, and now I'm here to rub it in your face. When will you learn? I'm the queen, and I'll put you in your place. It's time to rock and roll. This time I'm in control. Right now I own the streets. I got the keys to the city. That's 'cause I get down. Time to rock and roll. This time I'm in control. Right now I own the streets. I got the keys to the city. That's 'cause I get down.
How dare you try to go against the glorious hun? I slaughter you, son, it's over, the story is done. You could be number 2, but I'm second to none. But you forgot Queen B's the notorious one.
Baby, 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 I'm the creme de la creme, so you can never play me. See, I'm more than a lady, I'm more than a lover, more than an affair. Please try and understand that I'ma stay at the top 'cause I don't give a damn.
I don't care what y'all say, I'ma keep doing me. I can't fade me.
Whoa, it's time to rock and roll. This time I'm in control. Right now I own the streets. I got the keys to the city. That's 'cause I get down. Time to rock and roll. This time I'm in control. Right now I own the streets. I got the keys to the city. That's 'cause I get down. It's time to rock and roll.
All the people in VIP. How many more people is there possibly to be? One? Start. The script is happening. Let's say 10 people. If it's one.
Dang. To get those transitions on. All the cameras are getting ready.
Oh, they're getting ready.
They're getting ready. Camera one.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Second City.
man,
Just a quick
right.
announcement before we get started. Photos and videos are encouraged during this. Just do make sure that you have your flashes off.
Glasses, okay.
Please turn your flashes off. Thank you.
Oh, because they're doing flash.
Oh, they don't want to flash.
This is strange. You never see it
It's
encouraged.
encouraged, man.
It's an event.
This is the main event. Ooh, nice.
Trish!
Where are you?
Trish!
Welcome to the Second City. Please welcome to the stage, Trish Van Vliet. It is so good to be back home in Toronto. Thank you so much. I feel that in my soul. I love it. This is what a room of real ones look like. I know you guys aren't here to see me, though. I understand that.
Yeah, we
I
are.
appreciate that.
We love you, Chris!
Love you.
Chris Van Vliet! Oh, they did fix
Numbers
the
behind your credit card.
My mom and dad are here to see me. Shout out to mom and dad. How about mom and dad?
Mom and dad. Mom and dad. Mom and dad. Mom and dad.
All right, I know what you guys came here for. She was my first crush. She was your first crush as well. But I'm gonna bring out the biggest Trish Stratus fan to do this introduction. So please welcome, from the Roz and Mocha Show, please welcome, Mocha!
What is going on? Second City, how are we feeling today? Yes, my name is Mocha from the Roz and Mocha Show. Huge Trish Stratus fan.
Yeah, we know.
It's great to be here with you. And yo, shout out to the amazing Chris Van Vliet once again. This guy, we've followed his career for a long time, and this guy is the absolute best at this, at the business. And shout out to you, and thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be here with you all tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the incredible honor of welcoming one of the most iconic figures in the history of the WWE. From capturing her first Women's Championship at Survivor Series in 2001, she solidified herself as a force to be reckoned with and set her path to greatness. She trained, she evolved, and moved the crowd in any and all arenas and stadiums right around the world. Every single time, delivering that stratisfaction. With legendary matches against Mickie James, Molly Holly, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Tiffany Stratton, and of course, the great Lita. She the very top of the list of female wrestlers, and she's influenced all other female wrestlers that came after her. Please welcome the 7-time WWE Women's Champion, also a hardcore champion, and of course, WWE Hall of Famer. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the one, the only, Trish Stratus!
And we'll do it. And then SmackDown got announced in Toronto. I was like, Chris, what if we can find something kind of close to the venue, because people gotta go to, who's going to SmackDown? Yeah! We're smart, we're not as dumb as we look.
That was at me.
Exactly. So then his person, Harris, called us up and said, there's something called the Second City Theater. I'm like, Second City Theater? I have history here. I've done stuff with I'm not considered alumni here. Walk steps away from the arena. Perfect.
This is
in Toronto, here we are. Thank you so much for coming, everyone.
Thank you, Trish. Thank you, Trish. Thank you, Trish.
Hey guys, when you guys go to SmackDown, you should totally start that chant. I'm just saying. When Chelsea comes out.
When you came out on stage here, your song is so iconic, and that giggle at the start is so iconic.
Yeah.
A lot of fans think that's your giggle.
Oh yeah. Did you? Who thinks that's my giggle? Yeah, it is.
They're like, I don't want that.
It's actually Lil' Kim. Wow. And not many people know that. Yeah, so it was kind of like when I get all the time people come and we're chatting, as you see on my babbler, a little bit sorry about the week. And so people are like, oh, there's the giggle. I go, that's actually not the giggle, actually. It's actually Lil' Kim, yeah.
So this is completely full circle for me because I met you for the first time 25 years ago.
Wow.
February 1st.
1.
17 years old, February 1st, 2001 at the XFL kickoff party. It was you, Christian, and Kurt Angle.
Okay, I remember. Anyone else at that event? See?
Wow, that's so
Figured, right?
amazing.
Yeah, played
So
it.
I've showed the photo of me with Kurt Angle to Kurt.
Yep.
I've showed the photo of me and Christian to Christian.
Yeah. I didn't see the photo.
I took a photo of you with two of my best friends, Mark and Kyle, but I was too nervous to ask you for a photo. So there's a photo.
Does anyone have a camera so we can find the
Can you finally get this photo?
Wow.
So it's
Good old Kyle, I remember. What a hell of a guy. I say hi.
It's so funny that I was like rushing to take a photo with them and like,
You were Russian? I just thought you were
Yeah.
Macedonian. I got bad jokes all day long. Okay? Second City stuff, that's why they don't ask me back.
you're on stage. Yeah. So at some point today,
Yes.
we'll have to get a photo.
Absolutely. Is Kyle here?
There's the photo.
Oh, there's the photo of the Christmas photo. Amazing. Kyle's looking great.
I took the photo, but didn't.
And that's funny
get a
because it's
photo.
like back in the day we didn't do like, oh, I'm just gonna grab a selfie. We didn't.
Yeah.
We're not.
We took this photo and got it developed like 4 months later. Oh, there it is.
Oh, that's amazing.
So at some point we'll have
Yes.
to do this.
Get together
and we'll take a photo now.
You do it?
Should we do it?
Have second pose.
Live!
All right, here we
Have
go.
second pose?
Someone send that to Chris, okay?
Thank you guys.
That's what he wanted, so we're done now. Thank you.
I want you all here so we can get a photo with
All
Trish
that
Stratus.
just for his photo.
It's called the First Crush Tour, and like,
Yeah.
how many people in here, your first crush was this woman right here?
Thank you, guys. It's kind of funny. It started like, what's that? Sorry, what's that? Stratisfaction? Someone said that what? Stratisfaction. Yes, it will be delivered. So So the first crush thing I get, they'll say, can you just assign that as, your first crush, and, or from your first crush? So yeah, I did it. And then it became a thing. That really was a thing. So last year on SmackDown, I thought it'd be bold and be like, your first crush. And it went viral, and people were like, yeah, like totally. So, first crush tour, here we are.
That loading screen from SmackDown 2.
Is everyone know? Are you guys familiar with the loading screen?
Oh, yes.
Got a lot of us in trouble.
It's like wrestling folklore.
Definitely.
Right?
What's the story behind the photo itself and that photo shoot?
The crazy thing is, it's like when you do these photos, you just do them, they go in some stock thing, you don't know where they're gonna land. And so I actually hadn't started yet. I was on the road. They were bringing me, but they were working on my work visa to make it official, and also figuring out what the hell we're gonna do with this girl. And so I just had like a bunch, and it was just like fitness modeling. I would wear some of these things for my autograph signings. And I had it in my bag, and they were like, oh, we might as well shoot some pictures. We're just, sitting around. So I put it on, did the thing, the zebra jacket, and then next thing you know, it ends up like being this iconic thing that's on everything. Like, it was my first 8x10. I remember that, my very first 8x10, as well as the iconic loading screen, and as well as all of your jackets.
Your Chalkline jacket.
Yeah, so, and it's funny because Chalkline, props to Chalkline, right? They got some awesome things. And, you can tell we're really supportive of our Torontonian base. And so Chalkline, if you guys are familiar, they're from Toronto. And when I did the 2K media, when this year's video game came out, I did the media tour, and everyone was talking like, okay, the loading screen. When my mom would walk by, they'd be like, oh, Joe, playing wrestling. It's heavily, the area, right?
At what point did you realize?
Not PG.
At what point did you realize it was a thing? Like that it had taken on a life of its own?
It was the media day that every single media was like, okay, that loading screen, it became a thing. So of course we're like, loading screen. What can we do with this loading screen? So now you guys are wearing the loading screen.
Have you seen the photo of a young Roman Reigns with a Trish Stratus poster?
Yes.
Like, fair to say that you were Roman Reigns' first crush?
Yes.
There's
the photo. Yes, we've seen this.
It's personalized and everything.
That, like,
So like I must have met
It
him.
says to Joe,
Look, Joe,
100% stratisfaction guarantee.
Actually, no, I actually vividly remember it now. I was like this. Joe, how are you? Good to see you. Okay, let me sign that for you. What's that? First card? Ah, cute. And then I went, I'll see you later. I'm just saying, going through the stories. Okay?
Who was doing the point
Who's doing the
first?
point first? Who?
Thank you, Trish. Acknowledge Trish.
What's that? Acknowledge Trish. I thought you said college Trish. I'm like, I went to York University.
How did that become your pose?
I don't know. So I met Roman Reigns and he was, no. I'm gonna come up with a good story because it'd be cool to have an origin story for my point. I don't know. I just, you get out there and it's funny because like I remember seeing like when the NXT girls come out, you could tell it's part of like their training. And so when you come out, you do something. Everyone come up with something to do in front of you, right? But back then we just throw it out there, literally. And so whatever you did just became the thing, I don't remember. It'd be interesting to see the first time I did that point actually. That'd be kind of neat to see when I did it. I don't know. I really don't know. I was like, it's home run. I'm sorry, guys. WrestleMania. I'm number one. Yes, yeah. I was trying to make a point. Okay, that's enough.
Did you have any idea what you were doing in those first early weeks, months?
No, it was. I mean, we can go back and you can tell I have no idea what I'm doing. Particularly my first promo, not my proudest moments. It's I came in a unique way, right? There was no indie, people kind of did the indie scene and then they make their way in. I had trained with Ron Hutchison here in Toronto, right? Yes. And so I had a little bit of background, a little foundation, but we didn't do we trained, we did the wrestling, right? We didn't go, okay guys, let's practice when you come in, what's your character, what's your, we didn't really do the whole theatrics of it all, I guess. So yeah, it was literally like, there was a That's how it was. It was a bad promo, the first one, which obviously stands for talent and ability.
Tess and Albert.
Yes, Tess and Albert. Give it up for Tess and Albert.
That's the Canadian guy.
Yes, indeed. I know. We did a couple. I think we did a signing before I actually became his manager.
So at what point in your career do you feel like it started to click? Is there a match or a feud where you can be like, I feel like I'm actually a wrestler now?
It's interesting you say that because there was it took a long time for me to call myself a wrestler. And I think it was a lot of it like, you know, back in the day, the girls had their role, and the boys did their thing, the girls did their thing, and they kind of dabbled, you know what I mean? If we were at an airport, for example, and there's fans, and they're like, and you know, someone would say, oh, are you one of the wrestlers? I would like be like looking around to make sure there was none of the boys around, because like heaven forbid I said yes, because they were like, you just call yourself a wrestler? Or because like they put in the time, they've done their thing, and even though I've had matches, I wrestle, we're on the road the same amount of time, it was kind of very different back then, you know? So because of that, I think I have a little PTSD about it, but it took a while for me to acknowledge the fact that like, yeah, I'm a wrestler. And I wouldn't say there's like a real distinct match or moment, but it was an era. I think when, you know, when we're starting to get like the Victoria era, right? Jazz, I said like jazz, Molly, Jazz, Victoria. Those matches were like, okay, we're hitting our stride, people give a shit. You know what I mean? And that was like a big difference. And I think, maybe I can say a moment. When I got a steel chair to the head, that was like, it's weird because it's, if you're outside this room, that sounds very odd to say that it was my I made it moment. But that was like, we kind of felt like, okay, we're contributing like the guys are, and we get to do cool things like the guys are, you know?
Did you show up to TV that day and you're like, oh, I'm getting hit with a steel chair. Okay, well, let's figure this out.
Oh, no. They would never say that the girls can do that, because that's what the guys do, right? So if the girls wanted to, it's like this thing, like if a guy took a chair shot, it's devastating, of course, but if a girl took one, certainly she would die. Right? So me and Victoria are doing this hardcore match. We're telling these amazing stories, and we're feeling it. We're having, you know, it's stuff that we haven't seen from women, right? And it's continuous and it's building. And it was actually Fit Finley who kind of felt like, you know what we need? Like we were like, oh man, that would be like, that feels like a fitting moment before we went for our hardcore match for the pay-per-view. Pay-per-view, I'm not saying PLE. And so the amount of jockeying it took to get it approved, it was like, it's absolutely not happening. And we're just like, but just, you know, we had to pitch it, we had to talk about it, we had to convey how important we feel like it would be to our storytelling. We got the chair shot, and it was awesome. What a weird thing to say. When I got smacked in the skull with that steel chair, I knew I made it.
WrestleMania 18 was here in Toronto.
Yeah.
This doesn't get talked about, I don't think at all. You were the match after the iconic Rock versus Hogan match.
Yeah.
You're the semi-main event. You're the semi-main event triple threat match is you versus Jazz versus Lita. Do you remember being backstage, getting ready to go out, and they're putting on, you know, arguably one of the greatest matches of all time? Do you remember, like, when you're...
Yeah, we were in Gorilla going... So we're gonna follow it? We're gonna follow that? And we might as well just not even go out. But no, you guys gave us some love. We got the crowd reaction. We got that. No, it was, first of all, that crowd, I mean, just to see that match from that position at, you know, and watch them come through the curtain afterwards, watching the reaction, seeing the boys react, everybody, it was iconic and definitely a memory as a wrestling fan. Like, I'm like, shit, it was cool, you know? But as positioning, nah, don't want that position. But I think we nailed it. I think we did really well that night, and I think the crowd was into it. The Toronto crowd, I mean, for me, if you think about it, that was what,
2002.
Okay, so like I'd only debuted 2 years before that. I was just blessed and honored to be in a women's championship match. I mean, 2 years ago, I would have never thought, I'm gonna be in front of 68,000 people at the Sky Dome performing and hopefully winning the women's championship.
In your hometown.
In my hometown, you know? Yeah! I didn't win it that night, but it's okay, it's fine though. But it wasn't my time. You know, I do truly believe, everyone's like, oh, you should have won that night. I'm like, no, it wasn't the right time. You know, it's like, you know, the Chelsea Green win. To me, I always say sometimes there's just like the right win. It's an organic win. It was the right moment. It wasn't positioned like, oh, she's the hometown girl, let's let her win. And I think those are really special, you know? And so that wasn't the moment. Eventually, it was my moment.
Do you remember the day when you were told, you're gonna win, you're gonna become the women's champion?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, it was interesting because we didn't really have, okay, as you know, maybe you don't know, let me tell you. China had left with the championship. She was the champion. So there was no real women's division. There was nothing for us to be really competing for. Like, we're going out there and putting on our little matches, you know, but there's no women's division per se. Then they decided to bring the women's championship, women's division back. And we've got 6 of the best women on the roster in the company at the time. We were bringing in Jazz, which was like, you know, surprise, and this is hardcore from ECW, like it was a big buzz behind it. You know, we have Molly Holly. we got the debut of Jazz. We got Ivory. Lita. Did I get a 6-pack challenge? Did I get 6? Was that 6, guys? Yeah. Okay. It doesn't matter. I won. So 6-pack challenge. We put it together. I'm like, oh, this is amazing that I'm in this amazing epic match. We're talking about it, and Fitfin's like, and you're winning the title tonight. I'm like, I'm going to do what now? And I think that's what the crowd did as well when I won. They're like, did what now? Complete underdog story, unexpected moment. It was North Carolina, so I think people thought it's a Lita win, because you know we do that, right? Sometimes, oh, she's certainly going to get it in her hometown. And I won, and I was just like, it was a moment of like, we're about to have a women's division that they're going to focus on. They're putting the title on me. Huge responsibility. And I was like, I'm up for the challenge. Like, give me the ball, and I'm going to run with it. I had Fit in my corner, and he was the one actually. I don't know what the original plans, or if that was the original plans, but I do know that he spoke up for me. He's like I don't know if they're jockeying it. He's like, who should we put it on? But he definitely was like, she's been working her ass off. And, you know, he just said she should be the one. And it was like a great way to usher back in the women's division. Here's Trish Stratus, and here we are. Do that bulldog. My first time, it was like, what's my finishing move?
It was your first time doing it?
I think I did, so I was doing the running bulldog because I was green, right? So we were like, let's give her an easy move that looks devastating. Bulldog, it's very simple, right? You can't really mess it up. I might have messed it up one time, but anyway. And then we had to jazz it up a little bit. So then I did the springboard. The springboard became the Stratus back, and the springboard element elevated it a little bit. Because, you know,
Speaking of signature moves, how did you learn you could do the Matrix?
What did you just call it?
The Matrix. Trish. Yeah.
You're slurring again. It's had a couple. Think Matrish. I like puns, guys. Okay, but I'll tell you what's funny. It's funny now how everything's named, right? I'll come back to the story, pin that, because I do tangents sometimes. So I was one of the first women that really was like, because I knew I grew up with just watching men's naming their moves, having costumes, and I wanted the same for the women because it kind of wasn't the same for us. So I'd get in like Jerry's ear, JR, I'm like, can we call this the da-da-da? And the girls would make fun of me, like, oh, Trish, you're gonna go name your move? I'm like, yeah, actually I'm going to. To the point where I'd be like, Molly, let's call it something. Mulligaround, tell him. Guys, when she does the thing, it's called the mulligaround. We had to tell them, because it would just be like, girls match, it's they weren't necessarily, it was like, she's doing a roundhouse kick. No, bitch, it's a chick kick, okay? So, Matrix, we'll go back to that. Very clever, I think. I think maybe Jerry even, or I think he called it Matrix Reloaded or something. I was like, Matrix. I actually discovered, so I was off, I had a herniated disc injury, got totally into yoga, guys, if you want to get into that, we can be here for 2 hours, but changed my life, loved it, and so I delved into that. It helped me recover from my herniated disc and not have to do surgery. Went back and had probably the best run of my career afterwards, just because it was, For so many reasons, we can talk more about it later, guys, but I was literally in yoga class and we're doing back bends, right? And it's all zen, and I was like, oh, that would be such a good immersion. And I was like, yeah, so then I brought it back. Victoria actually were having, I think the first time I did it, Victoria and I were doing a hardcore match. She went to swing with a trash can lid. I Matrix. The crowd went, what the heck? What? Because nobody had ever seen that before. And then I came up, which also, what just happened? And then I delivered a chick kick after that, so. And actually, I can't tell, hey, there's been a few people that have tried. But does anyone know who has been able to pull it off? Melina. Melina did it. No, she didn't. I know she's bendy, but she didn't know how much was in it. I haven't actually done that upon return. I think I forgot about that amazing match, or maybe I'm not that flexible anymore. Just kidding, I am. I'll bust it out. If I go back, I'll bust it out. And now all you guys be like, she told us she was gonna do that. She told us.
She still got it.
Well, we'll see. If I don't pull it out, you'll be like, she had it.
Do you think about going back? Do you think about having another match?
Well, what's happening after this show?
Back down.
This tonight in your hometown.
It's all about timing, the right moment. Here's the thing. Last year was my 25th anniversary. And I said, thank you. I did it, 25 years. I'm still alive. So I talked to WWE. We're like, what can we do to make it kind of a special? I didn't have to do a full-time run. I'm just like, let's pick some cool moments to come back on. And I'm all about these moments that really make a difference, that matter. There's a few boxes that I need to check if I go back, and it's, it has to be not self-serving. It has to be like, let's pay the business forward a bit. Let's do something that maybe is a fantasy matchup or something like that. There's a few things I take into consider before I go, yes, I will be there on Monday. And so we thought, how cool it'd be to come out the Royal Rumble as a surprise. I don't think anybody expected. You do this thing like, oh, they're gonna tell the guests. No, I was out of people's minds, right? So
You came out at 25.
I mean, a little strategy. I'm coming back, but if it's the 25th, then they're like, oh, of course, right? Because you guys know how I like to do things. I like details. So 25th, that was a perfect way to kind of come back. And if you guys notice, you go back, like, who was I? Who threw me out? Who was it? Naya. You see, I'm all about storytelling, planting seeds, planted that little seed there. And then, of course, we did anyone there? Elimination Chamber at the Sky Dome. Yeah, I said it.
Always respect.
That's right. I did that. You guys, I was on breakfast television. I was like, yeah, Sky Dome. They're like, oh, we call it Rogers Center.
It's crazy. It's been Rogers Center
a long time. Yeah. I actually said Sky Dome, and someone didn't even flinch. I'm like, you don't know what the Sky Dome is. They were young. So that's okay. So then we thought, okay, perfect time to do this, tag match, me and Tiffy. We'll talk about planting. What time is it? No.
Trishy time.
Wrong answer. Remove this man. Just kidding. You can stay, but if you do it again, you're out of here. Sorry, heel Trish. So we thought we'd do this really cool match. And the cool thing is, where's my kids? My kids are here. Where are they? Stand up. Say hi.
Kids are here.
Yeah, Aww. Maddie's hiding. She's like, do not say my name ever again. So of course, as an old school wrestler, they had never had, they knew their mom was a wrestler. We'd gone to events and they could see that people were want my autograph and things like that, and they've heard about it, YouTubed it. So the fact that I got to go back that many years later and actually have a wrestling match live in front of my kids was so special, right? And of course, a Tiffy, a nice, good, wholesome win, you know what I mean? It wasn't, so that was very special. So yeah, we sort of kind of picked a few events. Evolution, headlining with Tiffany Stratton, right? Women's championship match. And we're baby versus baby, right? So we're talking about planting seeds. So if we go back even a year, the Money in the Bank in Toronto, when I hosted that, we on purpose, this is me with the writers. Okay, so they always they just go along with it. Yeah, sure, Trish, if it pans out. I'm like, oh, it will. I'm like, I know it will. They've moved on to other things around. Like, remember that time we did you don't remember? Okay, well, we did. They remember. He remembers. So we planned a little scene with Tiffy back then. And then we thought it'd be good to do the evolution, one-on-one, baby faces facing each other. And then we sort of thought about a little finale, a little final run. And then my mom. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you. That was so much fun. So my mom got sick last year, as you guys may or not know. And so I just kind of took a break from everything. But so my point of all that is, I like storytelling. I like to have it be not just in the moment, spontaneous and not mean much. And so if I was to go back, it needs to be things got to be in place, and it's got to be the right person and the right time,
So if you could have a match with somebody on the roster now that you've never worked with before, who Who's that match with?
Let me ask you guys, who would you guys want to see? Hold on, Chelsea? Liv Morgan? Jade? Oh, I don't know if she would break me. Who?
Said Oba.
It's not Goldberg.
Alexa Bliss. Oh my god, that was supposed to be a dream match. Rhea Ripley, I'd like to fight Rhea. I could take her. Yeah, well, I did fight Charlotte, right? Again, yeah, rematch. Because, like, remember that time you beat me? Well, this time it's my turn. Almost, story's already there. Yeah.
There's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of potential.
Yeah, okay, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to think on that one.
Chelsea Greens from
It'd
Canada.
be kind of cool.
Has a championship as we sit here right
So,
now.
like, I could just go after the belt, like, right away. Just go in.
Time champion.
Yeah, I mean, 8-time champ, right? Time 8, that sounds good. I like that. 8 is my lucky number. I mean, oh my god. We'll have to see what you think about it. Okay. Does anyone have any wrestling boots? I mean, I've done some stuff in heels before, but not one in champions. Oh yeah, I'll just collect those. This outfit, right? This works.
Since you brought it up before, what made your second run in WWE that special for you? Why did you think it was better than your first?
Oh, okay, so I was saying that after the injury, that like second leg of my career, I don't know, something about having yoga in my life made me see things a little different. So like yoga's good on so many levels. Number one, physically, right? You can have a great body with it. Yeah. Some people do. And then so there's this thing where, people say, okay, my son's in wrestling, or like, well, what do you say to like a young person that's getting into wrestling? And I'd be like, man, stay true to who you are. You want to make sure that you resonate with the audience, and authenticity is so important. But now I've shifted my answer a little. I'm like, do yoga. That is my life. Because honestly, like, to go back 25 years later and just be like, my body's like, yeah, we're good, let's go. I'm like, oh, okay. It's the yoga, So approaching that business, from a longevity standpoint, I think it's important. But the fact that, like, we get so caught up in your day-to-day, you're in this, it's like frenetic sound around you at all times. You're just like trying to grind, get through the day and travel and land in arenas, airports, hotels. But when the yoga came into my life, I was like, oh, this is amazing. Like, even being late for a flight, like, I'm late for the flight. It's like, I'm gonna be late, but I'll just take the next one. Like, it's like you sort of just, you see things differently. It changes your perspective. And it made me really appreciate how lucky I was to do what I was doing on the road. I was just like, oh my gosh, like I'm in Memphis. I'm gonna go to Graceland. Like, let me not go to the arena, airport, and hotel. Let me go to Graceland because I'm here. I have this chance to travel and see things that, like, some people don't ever get to do. So change my perspective. Yeah, I know. Wow. But it really changed my life, and I felt like as a performer, like we used to drive between towns, right? You would go hundreds of miles sometimes, and I would just think that I thought headaches were normal all the time. I thought sore backs were normal because you would wrestle a match, you'd like your adrenaline's going, then you sit in a car for a few hundred miles, you get out, you're like, oh, ouch, this is okay, we're good. And I didn't have that anymore. I was like, oh, you don't have to live like that. That's great. So I'm just saying, yoga is amazing, but it did really, from a mental standpoint and from a physical standpoint, it really made me appreciate that last bit of my career.
26 years into your career now, does anything hurt when you get out of bed?
Nothing. I'm good, guys. Yeah. I'm gonna have a missing knuckle.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Where'd your knuckle go?
It's smashed inside of there. It's still there. It's just different form.
Whoa, that looks gnarly.
Yeah, right? Isn't it cool? It's like my cocktail party story. I'm like, and then the people, whoa.
What's the story behind it?
I smashed Victoria really hard in the back of the head, and I came back and I was like, in the match, I'm like, dude, are you okay? Like, I hit you so hard. She's like, yeah, are you? I'm like, because I think I broke my hand. And it was like this big, and I was like, yeah, sure enough. But this is back in the day. I think I broke my hand. Okay, bye everyone, packing up my bag like this, going like this, not using this hand. I drive hundreds of miles going, oh, this kind of hurts a little bit, I'll just drive with this hand. And like, broken hand, never thinking I should probably, I just was like, you just keep going because you can't show the boys that you're hurt, right? You can't show that you're a wimp. So I just carried on, and then once I got to the town, I was like, yeah, I think this is, it was like this big mitt, and so yeah, I had broken it. It was crushed in there, and they wanted to do surgery and pull it up so they could build it up again. I was like, you don't have to. Is it gonna still work? She goes, yeah, but you could get arthritis. I'm like, it's fine, it's fine. But I got a weird thumb.
Yeah, what happened?
Just
Your thumb.
dislocated thumb, guys.
What happened there?
My career as a hand model is over. Actually, I don't remember what happened there. I don't remember. There was a lot of, I broke my nose like 3 times. Jackie landed on me once. Jazz kicked me once. It's just lots of things, you know? Just, maybe not?
The black guy.
What did she do?
When you had your
I had my arm in a sling.
was that real?
Which part? So it's physically we're doing, no, I'm just kidding.
The black guy.
So many black guys. Those were real. Those were all
The
real.
one from the video.
Which one? Oh yeah, no, that was real. That was from Jazz's foot.
You were never afraid to mix it up with the guys, and
No.
you took a lot of like big finishers from people.
That, guys, this is my specialty. Like, when people are like, Trish is a bumping machine, I'm like, thank you so much. Like, I love it. And even like, I had this thing, I had said, I'm not retiring until Nia Jax ragdolls me. And like, it literally happened in Toronto, actually. I just love selling, I love the art of selling, and I love working with the guys and getting able to, because I just think there's no better way to garner some sympathy, you know? Or as a heel, you got it, you bitch, you weren't supposed, you know, like.
Let's go through a few of these.
Yeah.
You took a choke slam from Kane, and it was a high choke slam.
That was here, right? That was here in Toronto. I remember Vince was like, oh, who was it? Some agent had said, you're not gonna like this, but they want you to get chokeslammed by Kane. I know it's your hometown, like, almost like, you know, that sucks, right? I'm like, no, that's amazing. That's awesome. So, you know, Vince was so excited that I was excited. I'm like, I get it, dude. This is amazing, right? So, of course, you know, we did that. I will tell you that, what is he, 7 feet?
Yeah.
What's an arm? A foot? I was like 8 feet in the air, and I remember going, is the ground here? Like, what? Like, it just felt like, I was like, ah, like slow motion, just falling forever. I was like, can I just, oh, okay, there it is. But that was quite the bump, yes.
When Bubba Ray Dudley was putting everybody through tables. He put Trish Stratus through a table.
Yeah.
Look how weird we are. We're like, yeah! I love it. We're all a bunch of weirdos. Great. Honestly, big moment for me though, because I was a newbie, right? I had just come in, and I knew, and I even told Bubba, I was like, I know for the women, some of the women, you take care of them, you know, maybe a little less aggressive than you would with others, but don't do that for me. I want to go full on, treat me like I'm like one of the guys going through it, and he always tells me the story that he was like, are you sure about that? You know, I'm like, yes. And I knew that like everyone was watching. You guys were watching, the guys in the back were watching, I said guys, but you know, girls, whatever. My colleagues were watching, and I used a chance to like show you guys that I was willing to put my body on the line, and show them I was willing to do that as well. So that was a big moment for me. So thanks, Bubba. Especially through the table.
I kind of missed the table too, so like you got half table, half ring.
Hey, he's great.
You took an RKO from Randy Orton.
Did.
One of the few women who have taken an RKO.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He hasn't really.
He's given a handful of
There's not too many legends out there in the lady department.
A legend killer.
But I'm alive and kicking.
Nia Jax has taken an RKO.
Okay.
Beth Phoenix. ACQ.
Oh yeah, that's what she did. That was the
Yeah.
one.
There's only a few.
Yeah, that was cool. No, it was like, and a great moment in the match, like a great moment. You know, I love that when we're putting the matches together and we know that there's gonna be that. Here's the thing, like, do we miss intergender stuff? It's cool, right? Like, to be honest, when you watch back, you're like, that's aggressive, and you understand why they don't want to do it now, because it looks really wrong for him to be hitting her like that, you know? But that era was so cool to see, like, female and male superstars, or just like that character and that character mix it up was pretty awesome, you know? Oh, and the spear.
The spear.
Did you remember that one, Edge? I remember he said to me, he's like, I literally thought I killed you. Like, if you look back at it and be like, oh, I think she broke. Yeah, love
The
it.
stun.
No stunner.
Okay, well, he's an equal opportunist.
You never
That
know.
could happen at any point in time.
Did Lillian take one? Or or someone?
A lot of people have taken a stunner.
Yeah, I mean, well, girls though?
Linda McMahon took a stunner. Probably the worst stunner of all time.
I don't know. Vince's stunners are pretty bad too.
Vince and Linda have the worst stunners ever.
Not just older. Yeah.
You're a 7-time women's champion. Is there...
One more time.
One more time. I thought you said one more match. It was like just one match, I'm gonna get it, but you said one more time. So maybe there'll be a little program and then one more. Yeah. 7-time champion, yeah.
7-time women's champion. Is there one of those that means the most to you?
Oh man, that's a hard question. You ask good questions, Chris. They all have their special meaning, you know, like the first one, obviously, never forget your first, you know, as they say.
My first crush.
Yeah, that made sense there, totally. So Mickey James and I had I lost the belt to her. I would say the Lita one, the one in Unforgiven, like my 7th win, because I'm retiring and I'm gonna win the championship and leave with this title? What? Like, that in itself is crazy, right? Is anybody there? Yeah. Love it. I mean, yeah, that was a fairy tale ending. You know, it was just like the fact that I got to do it in front of my hometown crowd, you know, and with my longtime rival of Lita, and win the championship for the 7th, which at that time, you know, now it's like, 15, 25-time champion, you know, but back then it was unprecedented, as they say. So that one was really special, bittersweet because I was leaving the business I loved, but I was ready for the next chapter of my life. So yeah, that was a really special one.
Did you have instant chemistry with Lita? Like, you guys worked so well together.
Yeah, she's like, I think everyone in the business has that person that they're like, it's like, I like to say like a Rock Austin, KO, and Sami Zayn, you know, like that kind of thing where you're like, you don't even have to barely communicate, you just go out there and do your thing. You kind of can read each other's bodies. And it's such you gotta consider yourself lucky when you have that with an opponent. When people just, I know, right? They're random, whoa! I just think like, yeah, we were, right away, we were both the new girls at the same time, 2000. And, you know, I remember like I'm like, are you, and I'm like, so have you started yet? No, we talked on the phone. And she's like, I've been training, and I'm like, oh, yeah, me too. And she's like, I hadn't like any matches professionally. She had some spectacle matches, you know. She was saying she was nervous because I was the fitness bum. She's like, how am I gonna get on TV with this chick doing her thing? And I was like, how am I gonna get on TV with her being that great in the ring, you know? So we both had our things. And the cool thing about me and Lita is the yin and the yang of us, right? Like, we're so opposite, but yet we're the best of friends. And to this day, you know, she's Max's godmother, so we kept her in the family. And when I inducted her in 2014, that's when we were like, you know, we gotta hang out more. Let's take the show on the road. And we formed Team Bestie officially. It was the official inception of Team Bestie. And we put the Team Bestie tour together, and we got to go out on the road and see all you guys together. But it was cool because there was always like the Lita fan and the Trish fan were like, you know what I mean? Like, they were opposites, right? Like, nah, she's overrated, and then, you know. But finally people were like, okay, if they like each other, then we like it. Okay, we're all one big, you know, family now. So, and then the novelty of getting a shot with Team Bestie is pretty cool too. Yeah.
We want Lita.
She's busy, I can't.
How did you find out that you were going to main event Monday Night Raw with Lita? What an iconic moment.
Right. Oh my God. We were riding together, but kayfabe, don't tell anybody. And we walked into the building together, and we were walking in, and like people were giving me like, we're like, so what the heck's going on here? There was a weird vibe. We're like, oh my God, like they knew, we didn't know yet, right? So we walk in, and so when you, I don't know if you know, but when you walk, they say that's gorilla position there, there's like a whiteboard there. And they put the matches, and it's obviously the top one is the main event. And we walk in and we're like, wait, what? Like, and I swear to God, guys, we thought we were being ribbed. We thought there was like Bubba and like, you know, Matt Hardy behind the curtain, like, let's see if they really believe this. Let's see the reaction, you know what I mean? Like, that's how it was. Like, girls, we don't get the main event, right? So yeah, we went like that, and Michael Hayes was the first one to approach us and says, big night for you guys. And we're like, holy shit, like wow, you know, we just, I mean, at the time, who would have thought, right? And I remember we had just come off the road, we were, you know, doing the house show run, and we just remember like thinking how funny it is. We looked back on this moment, we say, like, there were some, I guess for the Diva girls there, I can't remember at the time, but we were thinking how people, like, for the girls, it was like, you know, this segment where you're like getting ready, and that's all about how you look in the segment. And we were like old house show clothes, sweats, smell, probably it's not smell-o-vision, we'll be okay, you know? And we didn't care what we were wearing. We're just like, we don't want to worry about like, because, you know, people focus on like, oh, can you rhinestone this for tonight? And then focus on their, we wouldn't even care. Costumes didn't matter. We don't care how we look. We just wanted this match to like land. We wanted to kill it. We wanted to prove to you guys and to the, you know, everyone in the back that we deserve this spot and we earned it. Maybe we'll get another shot one of these days. You know, of course, having the built-in storyline that Lita and I had, the history leading up to that moment, it was absolutely perfect. And I love that, like, you can see the meeting where they're like, this feels like the culmination of what we had done, the work, weeks of work, and years of the rivalry too. It felt like the right moment. You know, like I say, these organic moments. That was definitely an organic moment. And yeah, and then of course her winning it in, it was Charlotte, right?
Charlotte, yeah.
Right, North Carolina. I mean, according to her billing. It was great.
Wasn't Charlotte Flair in the crowd that night?
Yeah, do you guys know that? Yeah, it's really cool. Like she was in, and you know, there's like these stories where, and I've heard Natty say it as well, where like, of course you guys are gonna end up in the business. Natty, you know, Ashley, Charlotte, whatever, you're gonna end up in the business. But Ashley's, or, sorry, kayfabe. She's like, I was like, who's Ashley? So Charlotte was watching and she was like, when she saw that, she's like, okay, I can see me doing this now. Not that she, you know, she was relating to her dad, but seeing women doing what we were doing, she was like, okay, I get that. And same with Natty, she says, you know, of course she's gonna do it. She's a heart, for God's sakes, right? This is the family legacy. But her seeing that, she was like, if I can do what Trish is doing, like, I can see that, you know? But yeah, special night.
What a match, what a moment.
Yeah.
Amazing.
The mask. Who knows, Chelsea Green might bring it out one of these days, you know?
Maybe a bedazzled mask.
I remember when I went back in 2003, and there was a moment where I got, there was the ladder match for Money in the Bank, and I got smashed in the nose, and I remember I was like, oh man, it'd be so iconic if I brought back that face mask. I'm like, no, I'm gonna bring back that face mask. We found the exact same face mask and brought it back. And I remember reading comments like, oh, she pulled a Cody Rhodes. I'm like, did I? Did I know? Or did Cody Rhodes pull a Trish Stratus? Okay, we're just saying. When you're old, you're old.
Early in your career, you had this backstage moment with Triple H that gets replayed still to this day.
Yeah.
Where he's teaching you how to do wrestling moves and it looks like something else.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
What was the setup for this, and did you know it would turn into what it's turned into now?
No, that's the thing with these moments. You never know what, like I didn't know that photo I took on that, you know, random Monday night would turn into this iconic loading screen and all of your jackets, you know. We just, you know, we thought it'd be hilarious. We thought this is gonna be funny. Of course, it was fueling the Trish and Stephanie storyline. Iconic moment. And I'll tell you a funny story. Do you remember, I think it was the 25th anniversary, one of those anniversary shows, 20th anniversary. Do you remember when DX came in?
Yes, I think it was like the 1000th Raw, right?
Okay, there you go.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
good. Historian. I'm like something that I was like, what is it? What do you want me to do? And so I had talked, so we were like, what can we do? And the original idea was that I was gonna be teaching Stephanie yoga.
Yeah.
And then Triple H was gonna walk in and be like, what's happening? Oh, I'm like, no, we're just doing yoga. So just to like make it, because I was all yogi at the time, so we thought we'd do this super fun. And then it somehow got changed. Stephanie got tied up doing some other stuff, and then I ended up with DX and having a very awkward segment, so. Go back and watch it. Just go watch it.
That feud you had with Trish, or that feud you had with Stephanie, does anybody slap harder than Stephanie?
No, she's the queen. She is I can confirm that. Some people have definitely rivaled, but she is the queen. I mean, you know, she's good.
I think people might forget that when you debuted, you were a heel. And it's the whole build-up with Vince McMahon finally leading to you slapping Vince that makes you this massive babyface.
Yeah.
Did you realize what you were getting into, being the bad guy coming into WWE?
No, that was just, I don't know if they just thought that's like, feels like a bad girl. I don't know what it was, but I remember like us being backstage. I remember where it was Long Island, Nassau Coliseum. me and Lillian had bonded. We bonded from the very beginning because let's just say that at some points, the locker room was kind of mean. And me and Lillian got, we'll say bullied, I guess we can say. And there was times where like, why is my makeup counter, why is my stuff here? It was on the counter before, and it's like, because you don't get that counter, because you're new. And so there was stuff that happened. So Lillian was going through it, I was going through it, and we're like, do you want to, let's be friends, because then so we can, So we bonded early on, we started driving, whatever. And so I'll never forget, they're like, okay, you're debuting. It's gonna be, it's Tess and Albert, you're gonna scout them, where you're a bad guy, you guys are bad guys, you're gonna be Team A, and I was like, I need an outfit, And so we went to the local mall, and I just knew, I was like, I want to pick something that's like identifiable, something that can become iconic. I was like, I want people to wear a costume of me one day, So we went to the mall, and then, cowboy hats were all the rage, who knows what it was, but there was cowboy hats. I had the duster jacket. What was that? What?
Lane Toby Keith.
Oh yeah, totally. I was just gonna say that. Who's Toby Keith? I'm just kidding. He's a country singer, I know that. And then I had the boots already, so the boots became my thing, and it just like the Trish Stratus look came together that night, and it was like so fun to put together. And what was the point of this story, Chris? What were we saying? I don't know what we're playing here.
You finally end up turning babyface.
Yes.
You turn on Vince.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It was the whole
I was the bad
build-up.
guy. It was like me and then of course the perfect rival with Lita, and then TNA dissolved, and then I was kind of on my own. And then went into the Vince McMahon storyline. So people are like, how did she get like? I hear this like she got so good at wrestling, like in the business, right? Had the right head in the business so quickly. But it's like because I worked with the boss. Like I'm gonna bring my A game. You know what I mean? I worked with him, learned a lot from him, and of course put me in some interesting predicaments for sure. But there was the moment where we knew like WrestleMania was going to sort of switch everything, right? It was like sort of like it culminated to this moment where I got to slap Vince McMahon, and Trish Stratus got to stand up on her own and show the world what she could do. And then I got to have the run and start wrestling a little bit, and it changed the whole trajectory of where I was going.
Was that the plan all along when you started working with Vince, that it would lead to that slap and then the program with Stephanie?
I don't know if it was necessarily the plan itself. I don't know. I knew that they wanted to have, like, of course I was put with McMahon, and then I knew they were like, this thing with Stephanie and Trish was like, it was money. I mean, even that match, if you look at that match, like, nobody thought that was going to be good. People thought, I think that bar was really low for that match, And so me and Steph, we talk about all the time. We were super proud of that because I don't think anyone expected much more than a few slaps and some hair pulls, And so we worked really hard on that match, and we were, I just think it's cool that it's kind of like a rivalry that people go back on and remember.
Yeah. It's a great match.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No way out.
And with great respect, you weren't being given a lot of chances early on in your career. Like there's a lot of matches where the matches are either really quick, or you're having you had a gravy bowl match with Stacy Keibler.
I did.
But you made the most of it.
That's what it was like, making lemonade, right? Like it was like, and it's funny. I do remember that day we got there, and it was American Thanksgiving was coming up weirdly in November, whatever. Am I right, Canadians? And so they were like, so we had been doing some wrestling, right? Got away from that other stuff, and we were excited about having the chance to do some more wrestling. And then I remember Fitz like, ugh, you guys are gonna hate this, but you guys have a gravy bowl match, because it's Thanksgiving, so you guys have a gravy bowl match. I'm like, oh, that's adorable. But I was like, all right, well, if I want to have to be in a stupid gravy bowl match, I'm gonna jump off the ramp, get thrown off the ramp. That's how I'm gonna start this match. So instead of puppy chance, it was holy shit chance. That was cool.
Then they used that moment in the opening, was it for SmackDown? Or for
Raw. Yeah.
That moment was on the opening of Raw for, years.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That's what I think it's all about. Listen, wrestling is about these moments and making the most of what you're given. And even like you said, you were barely given time at time. Well, that's fine. You give us 3 minutes, gonna be the best damn 3 minutes you ever got. And I think a lot of it is sometimes we look back, and I think Amy and I have done this, where we're like, that match was 8 minutes. It's so good. You know what I mean? So you could do stuff in 8 minutes as long as you have the storytelling. I think back in the day we had such I just think characters were really there's a lot of character work. There's a more storytelling than I think today. And so those 8-minute matches could mean a lot more because they've got that behind it.
How about the music? The music.
What about it? The music. What music?
It's not the same.
The music's different now?
What'd
That's
you
what
get?
he's saying. The music's different now. What about it?
Can you play it?
It's all the same? There's no storylines, there's no character development, we're just having matches. Boring. I said I'm going back to ruffle some feathers.
Do you guys remember this recent match that Trish had with Becky Lynch? It's at a steel cage. So Trish is walking to the ring for this steel cage match with Becky Lynch. And then she confronts a fan in the front row. Do you remember what you said to that fan? Shut the F up.
My daughter's so mad at me. Sorry, Maddie, I have to pull you up again. Listen, guys, let me tell you something. I am very eyebrows up, PC, whatever you want to call me. I don't mix with controversy much. You know what I'm saying? So I come back, and someone from my team, like someone close to me, was like that moment before the match went viral. I'm like, what moment? I'm trying to think, like, did me and Becky, did we look at each other? Like, what was the moment? I can't remember. Also, I was concussed. So I truly did not remember at all. Not even for, nothing. No, nothing. You can't jog that memory. So then they're like, when you said, my daughter's like, okay, STFU. And I was like, I said, no, I didn't say that. What do you mean? I was like, I could not even envision me saying that. There's no way. I was so into Trish Stratus' character that night. And I was like, what did you just say? Did you just say Becky's gonna beat me? Like, I was so mad. And I swear, it's not like me. it just came out of my mouth. And I told Maddie that too. And she's like, can I tell the story, Maddie? She's like, I heard you. What's that? She's like, you said a bad word. I was like, no, I didn't. She's like, and then she shows me the clip, because everyone in the world had seen that clip. And I was like, oh yeah, that was my character, honey. So that's how I get away with it. But yeah, that's quite a moment. Yeah, viral moments.
It's a great match, though.
It was a great match,
It was
right?
such a good
Oh my
match.
gosh. I was so blessed that I got to have, in 2023, who would have thought that Trish Stratus could go back and have a cage match? Not just that I went back and had one, but just something we would never even have brought to us, right? Like there's no way. I mean, I know there was one. It was Victoria and Lita. They had their first cage match. Yeah. But if you notice, they do not use the cage much. It's just a match inside of a cage, which was not a coincidence. That's what they were instructed to do. We just wanted to really tell the story, and I think the fact that we had this amazing storyline between me and Becky, there was no other way. Like, it had to culminate to like that type of a match, that level of a match. And I was, like I said, I'm just blessed that I got to go back and do something that, like, back in our day, we didn't have that consideration. And so, to this day, and I've had favorite matches. WrestleMania 22 with Mickey James. Of course, my main event with Lita. Yeah, like, these are important matches to me that mean a lot, and they're just, like, they stand the test of time. But the Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus match in the cage is one of my favorite matches of all time.
You've had so many amazing moments in your career. But I'm curious, what do you think's been the biggest pop of your career?
Guys, help me. What do you guys think was the biggest pop?
You.
WrestleMania 20? When I slapped, was that Vince? Do you know what I think was? Oh, I think when I hit the sharpshooter in Toronto for my retirement match might have been. I remember actually that was because that night. I mean, obviously, no one thought he was going to pull a sharpshooter out, right? No one did that. I remember actually, word got out that that's perhaps what I was considering to finish this match with. And a certain someone came to me and was like, why would you do a match or do a move you've never done before? I'm like, if you're asking the question, you truly don't get it. I'm like, because Brett and, never mind. Just go watch, enjoy it. And Vince took me aside afterwards. I thanked him. We had our moment because I was leaving, right? And he says, I have to be honest, when we heard you were doing the sharpshooter, internally everyone was like, why would she be, I don't think that's the right move. It's not her signature, it needs to be something recognizable. And then he goes, but you've always had a great mind for this business, and you knew there was going to be a moment that connected with the crowds, especially here in Canada. And he says, and I was just like, I trusted you. I knew that you had something behind it. And he goes, I didn't even on paper, I was like, yes, we'll see. He's like, well, when I heard the reaction, like, so when you get that from Vince, he's like, you're smart. I'm like, thanks, dude. It was an awesome moment. And then Brett sent me a text, and I was like, I got a text from Bret Hart. Like,
What is that?
It said, that was amazing, and I love that you was the sharpshooter.
Amazing. When your music hit at number 30,
Yeah,
Royal Rumble,
that was big.
that might be one of the biggest pops.
That's big. I was actually, because I always have a little bit of like, every time you come back, ask old timers. When you come back, you're like, do people care? Like, you're afraid. Sometimes, you know, I didn't even know all of you guys are going to fill this theater even. You know, it's like, you think.
We're all here for you.
Thank you. That was cool. So it was like, I love it. I love those out of sight, out of mind moments where no one's even thinking of you. And then number 30, and I remember Vince particularly was like, so I was asked to do the match, we want you to come back, and Vince wants you to come out at 30. And I was like, that's a yes for me.
I think the question everybody wants to know the answer to is, how do you still look the same 26 years later?
Good lighting and makeup, guys. Well, we had a joke. What's our joke from the red carpet? You asked me that, similar to that. Water. Just stay hydrated, guys. But I know it sounds crazy, but if I'm going to give you some nutritional lesson here.
Oh, I see what you did there.
I really take care of my body. I take care of what I eat, what I do, how I do the due diligence, so to speak, and I stay hydrated. I think it's important. I've had makeup artists go like, there's like a plumpness to your skin, like it's something else. So drink your water, guys, okay? And it's not the same if it's like in your tea, it's not the same, guys. You have to drink water. I don't know, I think taking care of yourself. I've done that for a long time. And yoga, it's a yogic lifestyle. It's like to take care of yourself and, less processed foods. I mean, we can go to a nutritional seminar here if we want to. But yeah, taking care of yourself, it does pay off.
Do you have a number in mind for how much longer you want to wrestle? Because you clearly can do it as long as you want, it seems.
I don't know. I mean, I just know that I'm only going to do it if I can give 100%. Every time I've gone back, I'll watch the video and I'm like, ugh, this is shit, let me see. And I'm like, oh, it's pretty good. But if I watch it back, I'm like, if it's like, she was good, she was slower than usual, but I don't want that. I want to give you guys my 100%. I don't want you to be like, no, when she get that last run was a little, I don't want to do that. So as long as I can go, and I always, when I say due diligence, I remember I got for the 2018 Royal Rumble, right, first ever historic, they called me, I think it was John Laurinaitis, who was like, okay, they want you in it, it's iconic, it's historic. And I was like, I will let you know, I'm gonna check my calendar. But secretly I was like, I had to call, do you guys know Fuego, Rob? Yeah, I was like, dude, put up the ring, let me see if I can still do this shit. And I got the ring and then I was like, yes, I am available, John. I just wanted to make sure that I could still do it. And it turns out that wrestling's like riding a bike when you're a wrestler, I guess, or when you do yoga, I don't know. But I just want to make sure that I'm not going to be half-assed. I'm not giving you a cool 60, I want to give you 100% and make sure it's impactful and it means something and I'm good, I want to be good.
Do you have an underrated match that you think more people should talk about or more people should go back and watch of yours?
I would say me and Jazz. I mean, honestly, it's funny because that thing we did in Vegas, I did a whole thing on stage and it was really neat. I produced this weekend event. It was like the first Crush, but in Vegas, right? This is the same similar thing, but in Vegas for WrestleMania. And I got the chance to curate some programming, right? So I had the girls, I had the Golden Era girls. We did a Q&A. You were there. A few of you guys were there. I had Lilian Garcia and I did a one-on-one together. So it was really cool to do that and bring back the girls and give them their flowers. But when I put the video out of me and Jazz, people were like, damn, that was people forget it was so intense. And it was the right point in women's wrestling where it needed that. It needed to be just up a little notch where she was so intense and so fierce. And I was the perfect underdog for her. And we had some crazy matches. So I think if you look back, I think Insurrection is a match that we had that was I remember I remember when we made the DVD, the Trish Stratus DVD, I was that we did a top 10 list and I wanted it on there because I don't know if many people remember, go back and watch you guys. It's really good. Yeah, she's awesome.
Before I ask you my final question,
Is this over?
this hour has flown by. You have 1,000 more people you want to do meet and greet with too.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you for making this happen. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for entertaining us all these years. Congratulations on an absolutely incredible career, a history-making career. You're incredible. So thank you for taking the time to hang out with all of us.
No, thank you guys. It's Thank you for coming, all of you guys, supporting. You and I, this was going to happen. I knew we got the perfect moment in our hometown with you guys, so thank you. It was really satisfied. Thanks, guys. Are you pointing at me? Is that a point? Okay, ready?
I'm doing the point. We'll play in 1 second. I'm going to ask you the question I ask everybody.
Yeah, okay.
Gratitude, such a massive thing in my life. I know it's a huge thing for you too. So Trish, as you sit here right now, with all of us here, live in Toronto, what are 3 things you're grateful for?
Oh, wow.
Being a Leaf fan, number 1 Leaf fan.
Oh man, we love the Leafs, we don't boo them. I am grateful for all of you guys, because I would not be here 26 years later. I mean, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, like actually literally, right? I'm grateful for my family. The support I've had over 26 years has been amazing, and they've all stood by my side. And I'm grateful for how far women's wrestling has come. You know, you and I reflect it all the time. We say like we're just so honored, or whatever the word is. We're just so the fact that we have just a little something to do with building the foundation that they built the skyscraper on. We're honored, and the fact that I got to go back and dip my toes into that water was pretty cool as well. So I'm just thrilled to see that you guys have embraced women's wrestling, given us a voice, given us a seat at the table, so to speak. And it's I'm completely I'm humbled and grateful to be a part of that movement.
Give it up one more time for the Hall of Famer, Trish. T-shirt. Trish thinks is cool, so.
I haven't given me one yet, though. Okay, that's what I get out of this. A free T-shirt. Okay, we'll see you guys out there.
Okay, we're going home. I'm surprised. Bye.